A man who stole guns and drugs from a police station said he wanted to raise money to bring his children to New Zealand after he was deported from Australia. The police were left red-faced after Alan James Harris stole firearms from a supposedly secure area of the Palmerston North Police Station in April. He was sentenced in the Palmerston North District Court today. Our reporter Jonathan Mitchell was there.
Harris was walking past the police station on Anzac Day when he looked over the fence and saw a garage door was open. He kicked down a door to the exhibits room and took 26 firearms, some ammunition and some cannabis outside, putting them over a fence into a property next door. But he was interrupted by police when he came to load the guns into his car, making his escape with 9 firearms, as well as ammunition and cannabis. In court today, Judge Lance Rowe referred to Alan Harris's convictions in Australia and his subsequent deportation back to New Zealand in 2016. He told Harris he needs to have a hard think about his behaviour and reconnect with his Māori roots.
And although you've served terms of imprisonment before, including quite a long stretch in Australia for an aggravated robbery, I don't know how much anyone has looked at where you're from and what led you to this point and what you were exposed to as a child. But it is time for people to look at that. And it's time for you to look at that too, Mr. Harris.
The judge said Harris has 5 children in Australia and desperately wanted to get money to fly them over here.
This placed you in a position of some despair. So when you saw the opportunity to steal, and in fact you were looking over the fence to see if there was something you could steal, your motivation was to try and get money in relation to your kids.
Crown Prosecutor Carl Vanderplas said a pre-sentence report outlined Harris's gloating about the crime.
He indicates that he's perceived as a legend or a superstar and that this was an opportunity for him to stick it to the cops, which in my submission indicates that there is a lack of insight and remorse for the offender.
But Harris's lawyer, Mike Ryan, also quoted from the report, outlining his client's personality.
There are mischievous aspects to Mr. Harris's character, also a propensity to make the best of a bad situation, perhaps ingrained from an early age.
Harris's raid led to a nationwide audit looking at the security of firearms at police stations. He was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison for burglary. He was also sentenced for breaches to community work and release conditions. One of the guns he stole has still not been recovered. In Palmerston North for Checkpoint, call Jonathan Mitchell, 10-8.